On July 4, 1776, the Continental Congress adopted a document that would forever alter the course of human history, the Declaration of Independence. Its elegant prose articulated universal truths about liberty and the pursuit of happiness. Yet, the document we know today is the result of significant debate and revision. This was not the first draft, nor the only vision considered for America's founding statement. The primary author, Thomas Jefferson, a Virginian planter himself, had spent weeks crafting the initial text in Philadelphia. He worked in a rented room at Market and 7th Streets, meticulously choosing words to justify the colony's separation from Great Britain. His task was monumental: to articulate a radical vision of self-governance that would resonate with both domestic audiences and potential foreign allies. Jefferson's initial draft contained a powerful condemnation of King George III for perpetuating the slave trade. This passage was not a mere accusation. It was a direct indictment of a system that profited from human bondage, a system that deeply divided the colonies even as they sought unity. It represented a more forthright stance against slavery than what ultimately appeared in the final document. The context of 1776 was one of profound contradiction. While Enlightenment ideals of liberty and natural rights were gaining traction among the educated elite, the institution of chattel slavery was deeply entrenched in the southern colonies. Many of the delegates, including those from the North who profited from the trade, were acutely aware of this hypocrisy. The Continental Congress was a body composed of delegates from 13 disparate colonies, each with its own economic interests and social structures. Achieving consensus on a document as critical as a Declaration of Independence required compromise. Any statement touching on the deeply sensitive issue of slavery risked alienating crucial delegates, potentially jeopardizing the entire revolutionary enterprise. Key figures like Benjamin Franklin and John Adams were part of the Committee of Five tasked with drafting the Declaration, while Jefferson was the principal author, or author. These men, along with Roger Sherman and Robert Livingston, reviewed and edited his work. Their deliberations, captured in fragmented notes and later correspondence, reveal the intense negotiations that shaped the document. The specific passage that caused the most consternation read, "He has waged cruel war against human nature itself, violating its most sacred rights of life and liberty in the persons of a distant people who never offended him, captivating and carrying them into slavery in another hemisphere, or to incur miserable death in their transportation thither." It was a direct and damning accusation. South Carolina and Georgia, in particular, strenuously objected to Jefferson's language. Their economies were heavily reliant on enslaved labor, and they saw any governmental condemnation of the slave trade as a direct threat to their way of life and property. Their delegates threatened to vote against the Declaration entirely if the offending passage remained. Jefferson himself was deeply conflicted. While he abhorred slavery in principle and sought to limit its expansion, he also understood the political realities of uniting 13 colonies against a common enemy. The pressure to present a united front outweighed the desire to include a strong anti-slavery clause at this specific moment. The delegates engaged in heated debates over the slavery clause. Some argued that it was essential to include such a moral condemnation, believing that the new nation should be founded on principles that explicitly rejected human bondage. Others countered that such a divisive issue would fracture the nascent union before it could even be established. Ultimately, the pursuit of unity prevailed. To secure the unanimous consent needed for the Declaration, the delegates voted to strike Jefferson's powerful indictment of slavery. This excision was a significant compromise, a concession made in the name of political expediency that would have profound and lasting consequences for the nation's future. The edited Declaration, while still revolutionary in its assertion of natural rights, became a document of inherent contradiction. It proclaimed all men are created equal, while simultaneously omitting any direct condemnation of the institution that enslaved hundreds of thousands of people within its very borders. This removal did not go unnoticed by all. Some delegates expressed regret, recognizing the moral and political cost of the compromise. The omission created a deep schism. a foundational flaw that would fuel future conflicts and debates about the meaning of liberty and equality in America. The redacted passage serves as a stark reminder of the complex and often morally ambiguous compromises that shaped the United States. It highlights the gap between the lofty ideals espoused by the founders and the harsh realities of their time, particularly concerning the institution of slavery. Historians continue to study this lost draft, analyzing the motivations and pressures that led to its removal. It offers a valuable lens through which to understand the deep divisions over slavery from the nation's very inception, divisions that would eventually erupt into the Civil War. The story of this forgotten draft is not merely an academic exercise, it is a critical footnote in the American narrative. It forces us to confront the uncomfortable truths about the nation's founding and the persistent struggle to live up to its own stated ideals of freedom and justice for all. By examining what was left out of the Declaration, we gain a more nuanced understanding of what was achieved and what was tragically deferred. The words that were chosen and the words that were deliberately omitted together tell a more complete, albeit more somber, story of America's birth. The legacy of this compromise continues to echo in contemporary discussions about equality, justice, and the enduring struggle for a more perfect union. Understanding these foundational debates is crucial for comprehending the ongoing evolution of American identity. The final document, stripped of its most direct condemnation of slavery, became a testament to the power of political negotiation. Yet the ghost of Jefferson's original words lingered, a perpetual challenge to the nation's conscience and a seed for future movements for liberation. The careful preservation and study of such historical documents, even those containing uncomfortable truths, remain vital. They offer us the opportunity to learn from the past, to understand the complexities of human decision-making, and to continue the unfinished work of building a more just society.